afternoon footy fanatics. Time to break down the Norwich game. Liverpool at home at the weekend. Look at all these play. These are the anyone over 2,000 minutes for Liverpool's squad here. Now this does not include Salah and Mane's time away from Liverpool. This is all Liverpool's cup competitions and league games. Standout ones obviously Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. Alisson's not going to get substitution because he's a goalkeeper. He's not really going to get match fatigue. We're chasing after Man City still, so this is a quite important game. Virgil van Dijk does need minutes, but I'm leaving him at 11, and we'll get into that right. Salah and Mane both don't count into their AFCON times. This is just Liverpool's games, so Salah has a additional mileage on his clock. He's well over 3,000, that's for sure, considering those extra time games he played in AFCON. Then we're moving on to Liverpool's next 4 games. So we play Norwich at home, then Leeds, and then Chelsea and Norwich, which are both league games, which means we can have 5 subs for both those games, which we'll use with our bench that we have. We will use that to our advantage. Let's break down the starting 11, shall we? Alisson starting net, that's a given, don't really have to go into that. Gomez and Tsimikas to start over Robertson and Trent. They need rest. Trent looked ragged, very lazy against Inter Milan. The man's did a lot of running for us, and so was Robertson. But Trent looks more. He looked just terrible. He looked like he was on the edge, so he needs rested. And I'm going to pick Gomez over Miller, because Gomez needs the time in the pitch. This is a perfect place for him to do it, and he can play right back. We all know Miller can play all over the show, but I'm going to go pick Gomez over Miller. A few reasons as well. Matip to start because he can bring the ball up into the box. We've seen this in a couple of games of recent. So when Norwich have been a stubborn defensive team, which they're going to rely on and heavily rely on the counter if they can, but they're looking to play for the draw and pick up points in other games. Virgil van Dijk to start because there's a lot of changes on this pitch and we need his leadership in the back, especially that Trent and Robertson, I believe, will both be out. Henderson's going to pick up Fabinho's spot. He did against Inter Milan at the 60-minute mark. And Naby took over from Henderson, so I believe Naby will do the same thing. Both Henderson and Naby did very good in those positions against Inter Milan. Game changers, in fact. I believe Curtis Jones will get time in the pitch. He has got a lot of time in the pitch, but I think his energy will be very useful, and he's quite creative, so that going against Norwich should make good football. I'm almost 100% sure, especially when he's going to be playing in a couple of 3-4 years, maybe 5 years from now. He's probably going to be a regular starter if we can. Diaz to get his first start of the game. He played exceptional coming off the benches the last 2 games, that's for sure. Manny was a wee bit lackluster. He's going to need his rest anyway. And yes, you can see you got Salah in the starting 11. Why not rest Salah? First of all, there's no real person that could place Salah, so I believe Salah's going to start, maybe do 60 minutes, 70 minutes, then come off. Klopp himself has said Salah is exceptionally fit and is always ready to go. So Diaz definitely almost 100% sure to start against Norwich. His creative play, his speed, his everything. It's going to look really good today. And Jota's out, so I think Firmino came on last night because of that anyway, so I believe he'll be ready for this game, and that means Jota can go on later down. We can bring in Minamino, Mane if needed be, and there's obviously Origi. They're going to need times, but once again there's a lot of changes going on this, so I assume he's not going to change the whole starting 11. So having Salah and Firmino, Henderson, Matip and Virgil van Dijk, that's enough to hold down that basically in those sectors. Obviously Henderson in midfield, Naby has been in and out, obviously Salah up front, and Firmino has scored now a couple of goals, so maybe Salah, Firmino later. Basically that's the breakdown of today. I I predict maybe a 3-0 Salah to score, and I want Diaz to get on the score sheet too. Where the other goal comes from, Curtis Jones, Naby, Henderson, doesn't really matter as long as we get up there. Also, we're scoring from the corners, so that's a good option there. If you think this is going to be different, please write in the comments below, because I like to find everyone else's. If you agree with me, give me a like, or at least put in the comments down below as well. So thanks for popping in, guys, and goodbye.